Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, pull up a seat. Wendy's talking the biggest stories of the week with our Hot Talk panel. And he's heating up J-Lo's new movie. Sexy newcomer Ryan Guzman is here. Plus, Wendy's got you covered with all of today's extra juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Good. Here we go again. Another Friday at Wendy. Thank you for watching. My co-host, my studio audience. Looking good. Looking very good. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. So good. So good. I see the tall man from Ask Wendy yesterday is back today. You got, yes, hello, sir. Who else has been here before? Clap. Nice. A lot of people wonder how you get tickets and how you get tickets, especially back-to-back and stuff. I don't know how they do it, but the tickets are free, and you're invited as well. Go to wendyshow.com. Miley Cyrus is taking jabs at Kylie Jenner through Instagram. It's really very unnecessary, and I'll explain why. All right, Miley posted this picture with the caption, "Do you think if I push my boobs up, I'll get more followers?" Now, maybe she's not taking jabs, but to me she is. She's mocking this beautiful picture of Kylie. Everybody in morning meeting says Kylie looks better than her there. Yeah. The thing is that Miley is such a bigger deal than Kylie Jenner that the bigger deals are never supposed to look down and clap back at the smaller deals. You know what? In my opinion, if you want to say something on Instagram, Miley, you need to either go to equals or go aboves, but not belows. I'm not saying that there's anything. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Kylie. All I'm saying is that Miley has been an accomplished actress and singer for, decades now. And for her to even pay attention that she knows who Kylie Jenner is doing her, Miley, a disservice. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then I asked my team, I said, okay, well, who has more Instagram followers? Well, I had no idea. Miley has 14.9. Kylie has 16.9 million. But still, Miley is still a bigger deal and more accomplished than this girl is as of right now. So still, it's like clapping back at somebody who shouldn't matter to you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, good luck, Miley. And some people were saying that she just wanted a chance to show off her boobs. Hold on, my chair's hiding. Want me to slide it over? What do I do? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Show off her boobs, I guess, with a good push-up bra and poke out her lips. I said, well, she doesn't need an excuse to do this because Miley's always on Instagram showing something and poking something out. Anyway. There's grumblings of a new reality show, and this one I think I'll watch if I happen to be awake. And it happens to be on a good day where I can actually, stay up and watch. Okay, yeah, it's Tori. Tori and Dean, reportedly Tori wants a reality show with Dean. She wants it to still go on, but Dean is refusing to film another season, which, good for him. He's... lemony. He doesn't want to film another season, which, wow, I can't believe this. Somebody actually has a moral compass in this family. And I'm shocked that it's Dean. It's usually the woman. But anyway, he doesn't want to film. She reportedly wants to live out her life on reality TV. So, to replace Dean, she wants her mom, Candy, to be on the reality show. Now, I'll tell you why this is the show that I watched, because I really didn't care much about Tori and Dean, you know? I really didn't care much about them, but I do care about Tori and Candy, only because if you're lucky enough to have your mother, then you've probably gotten into some really big fights with her. And it's always interesting to see mother and daughter dynamics, at least for one season, you know? Now, we know that when Mr. Spelling passed away, he left Tori $800,000. The word on the street is that Tori's always been bad with money, always spending what she doesn't have. So he left the lion's share of the money, over $600 million, to his wife, Candy. Candy reportedly is guarding this money. I'm sure she has trust funds set up for the kids. Tori's payday has been to rely on reality TV. But I suspect that even if she had the money, she's probably addicted to being in front of you all on TV. You know what I mean? Yeah. And after all these years of them fighting, I've stopped blaming Tori. There's got to be something really evil, sorry, Candy, really, really evil as a mother, you know, your culpability in this whole fight as well. And so we'll be able to see that play out. I don't think that Candy will hold back, you know. I think that she might even bring her new daughter, Tatum O'Neal, on board. Well, you remember the party at Tori's house? And these two were laughing like mother and daughter, and Tori was like, what are you doing? Will you replace me? So, I believe Tori has chosen reality TV over acting because she's really good at those Lifetime movies. I mean, she's done so many of them that I love. I almost remember the dialogue. You know, one that comes to my mind, which was gag-worthy, was, "Mother, may I sleep with danger?" Well, it was 1996. And Tori had this boyfriend, and she was like, I think like a high school senior, maybe college freshman, young. And her mom in the movie did not want her to have this boyfriend because the mom realized that the boyfriend had killeristic ways. Well, it turns out he did. And Tori was really good at that. And I feel like Lifetime movies are always a good place for Tori Spelling. She gives good Lifetime. But as long as they're gonna have this reality show, like I wonder if Dean, if she and her mom have it, will Dean like be passing through the living room? Will he be any part of the show? Because I don't care if he's part or not. I wanna find out the origin of why these two are always fighting, mother-daughter. Like why they're always fighting, and this is her only daughter, and that's your only mother, and Mrs. Spelling only has one other child, and that one child is Randy, and he's a motivational speaker, and he lives up in like Seattle or something like that. And whereas Tori lives in LA, you know, right around the corner from Mrs. Spelling, and they could be having lunch at Chase instead. Is that place still open? I've been reading those magazines for a long time. Anyway, I would watch this. You don't have to agree with me. Clap if you would watch this show, Mother-Daughter. Clap if you just want them all to go away. All right, well, Jessica Simpson wants to cash in on her cute kids. And her husband, Eric, is not happy about this at all, neither am I. Well, she's got two kids, that Maxwell and Ace. Maxwell, oh, they're adorable. Maxwell is 2 and Ace is 16 months, and reportedly they've been getting offers to model. Jessica is thrilled, and Eric is totally against it. He wants his kids to have a normal childhood. I want them to have a normal childhood, too. The thing is that Jessica probably doesn't realize what a normal childhood is because, no, she hasn't been in front of us since she was Maxwell and Ace's age, but she was a Disney kid, right? She tried out as a Disney kid but didn't make it?
Yeah, when she was 12.
When she was 12, but then she went on to do other things. The point is that she's one of these showbiz ladies who probably wants showbiz kids. And I just feel as though, okay, they don't need the money, so that's not a reason to do it. And they already have just enough of a degree of fame that they'll need maybe to help them get jobs or push them along a little bit further once they get out of college. I think that entertainment isn't for children. Maybe your children, if that's what you want to do. Maybe your family needs money, you have really adorable kids. You know, maybe you're out of work and you have a few extra hours and you want to run into the city with your kids. I'm not even for that. I know people have asked me before, how do I get my kids started? And I always say, I don't know, even if I do know. But I don't know. I try to save them from themselves, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wasn't a kid when I got started. It's just really a scummy business, you know? And if you don't need the money and you don't need the exposure, then don't do it. All the pedophiles and weirdos, you know, and then they become teens and all the drug addicts. And, you know, not everybody, but, you know, you read stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Good luck, Jessica. Erica, let's fight to keep them out of modeling. So there are lots of juicy stories in the monthly magazines. Magazines are expensive, so I save you the money by reading them for you. It's time for Wendy's Got You Covered. Hit it. Melanie Griffin's daughter with Don Johnson is on the cover of the new Vogue magazine. Pretty girl, right? That's the February issue. She really makes me look forward to spring. Fresh cut grass in the background, light makeup, easy breezy hair. You know what I mean? It's a good outfit. She's your Christian, what's her name? Anastasia in 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. She's very aware of how the movie will completely change her life. Here's what Dakota says. Now, mind you, I've never seen her in anything. Have you ever seen her in anything? Right, so this movie is going to catapult her into the stratosphere if she does well. Otherwise, it'll showgirl her like Elizabeth Berkley. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, she says, I think about my dwindling anonymity, and that's really scary because a very large part of me would be perfectly happy living on a ranch in Colorado and having babies and chickens and horses, which I will do anyway. She sounds like a simple girl who sees the pitfalls of celebrity through her own parents, but I believe that her parents and her knowledge of Hollywood will probably keep her out of the pitfalls. I don't know how old she is, but I've never seen her falling out of a club high, you know, like in the magazines and stuff. So apparently they raised themselves a good one. And so, this is like her big coming out. You know what we should do? We should send TLC $1,000 for their Kickstarter. And this is what'll happen, right? And then we decide which one of them that we want to go see 50 Shades of Grey with us. And then we go as a Hot Topics team and bring them with us. Remember, I was telling you yesterday that for $1,000, that's what you get, you know, to help them make their album. $1,000, they'll go to the movies with you. Anyway, in case that doesn't work out, I'm going to see 50 Shades of Grey by myself. It opens up on a Friday. Do they have matinees on Friday, like 11 o'clock in the morning? Perfect. I hear you gotta get your tickets in advance though, because it's so far like an extremely successful advance ticket item. And don't forget, it comes out on Valentine's weekend. Yeah. Now, Pharrell Williams is on the cover of GQ magazine. They just showed a lady with some really good eyelashes in our audience. Yes, you are turning it. You are turning it. Yes, yes. Anyway, but inside the magazine, what caught my attention was Iggy Azalea. She did an interview with GQ, and here's what Iggy said. She said something that a lot of us have said, but except she's not in denial. She's very knowledgeable that her career could be a flash in the pan. She says, I hope it's long, speaking of her career, but I could be here for 3 or 4 years and then be out like most artists. At the very worst, if I had a short-lived career, at least I could say I sparked a change, that I inspired some leniency in what people accept in hip-hop. She's talking about the black-white thing. I mean, you know, Eminem was the first male rapper to do it on such a big scale. Of course, I fully acknowledge Third Base, hey Search, and you know, and the likes, but you know, Cypress Hill and whatnot. But you know, on a large scale, it's Eminem, and no white girls have ever done it at all. So Iggy is doing it on a very large scale. But I've never thought that she would be around forever. I was thinking 3 or 4 years, and it really has nothing to do with white. It just has to do with people lose attention very quickly, and it just seems as though she's here and she's red hot for now, but she won't be around in 3 or 4 years. You know, if she is, fine. I'm glad that she's aware that her career could go away. It usually makes people a lot more humble, you know, when you meet them and when they walk through life knowing that it could go away. And then somebody in our Hot Topics meeting said, well, I wonder why it is that T.I. plays such a role in the back, why he's not out front more. And I said, I don't know, but like if I was signed on to do a talk show by, you know, another established talk show person, I wouldn't want them to be all up in it. I mean, you know, silently collect the checks. Let's, you know, divide money. I might have you as a guest on my show because you discovered me for the first season, but you're not going to be a staple. Like, if I was Iggy Azalea, I wouldn't want T.I. around all the time either. And that's Wendy's Got You Covered. Thank you. Were you watching the day that I told you I act like you have nothing better to do but watch this show. I'm sorry, but there are 23 more hours in the day. Just give me an hour. Anyway. No. Were you watching the day that I was telling you that Ray J was trying to buy the house 8 doors down from Kim and Kanye? Do you remember what I told you, that Kanye needs to, pay twice as much for the house just to shut it down? Because I'm not counting Ray J's money. My assumption, though, is that he doesn't have as much as Kim singularly or Kanye singularly, and together they have more money that, they could buy Ray J. You know what I mean? Ray J still has millions. Don't cry for him, Argentina. So the house that Kim and Kanye are buying, they built it themselves. It's like a $52 million house. But in the neighborhood, apparently the houses are all gorgeous, but there are some houses that, you can get for a mere $2.9 million. And I say mere because in that neighborhood you would think all the houses would be, 40 million, 50 million, but no, that's not the way it is. The house that Ray J's interested in is $2.9 million, and he already put in his bid for $2.7 million. Well, it looks like somebody was watching the show the day I was talking to you all about this, and apparently it wasn't Kanye, because to me, Kanye doesn't give a damn about none of them, Anyway, the momager, Chris, that woman, show a full shot so we can see that ugly coat she's wearing. So it's a horrible coat. What is that, squirrel? What is that? Anyway, reportedly, Chris wants to outbid Ray J or pay him to go live somewhere else. Now see, to me, this is not Chris's job. This is Kanye's job to outbid him or pay him to live somewhere else or something. But for Ray J, I mean, I have love for you, Ray J. I have love for you, Ray J. But your career has turned so ratchet, and the stuff that you put out there for us has turned so ratchet. And my thought is, you know what? Go with your strengths. I would make it my part-time job to make Kim miserable if I were Ray J. I would. And I wouldn't jump out of the window financially or, drive out of my way to make it happen. But if there's an easy way I could see that I'd get under her nail, I would do it. Why not? And no, it's not because I think he wants her back. He had her. What does he want with her now? He hit it first, remember? But one thing that Ray J does say is that, no, I also lived here first. That was his neighborhood when he was a kid. And now, exactly, and so now he just wants to move back to his old neighborhood. And it's Kim and Kanye who are people who are just brand new to the neighborhood.